Good morning and welcome to my tech talk on React. I use React on a daily basis, and working with it has taught me so much I didn't know about it. And that's the main reason I chose that as my topic today. So what is React? React is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. It helps developers build large, reactive, and dynamic web pages without the need to refresh the page when changes occur. React websites are popular and the foremost choice for developers due to its scalability, simplicity, ease of learning, and enhanced performance. So React was created by Jordan Walk, a software engineer at Facebook, who released an early prototype of React called Fax.js. He was influenced by XHP, an HTML component library for PHP. It was first deployed on Facebook's newsfeed in 2011 and later on Instagram in 2012. It was open sourced in May 2013. React Native, which enables Android and iOS development with React, was announced in February 2015 and open sourced in March 2015. For the purpose of this talk, we'll be focusing on React. So just some fun facts about React. React was the most used framework of 2021. Sorry for the lag, there's a lot of transitions. On GitHub, it has over 180,000 stars, and there are over 10 million live websites using React. Some of the most popular websites built with React are Netflix, Reddit, Tesla, and Facebook, of course, who developed React. So components are the building blocks in React. They are independent and reusable bits of code. They serve the same purpose as JavaScript functions, but work in isolation and return HTML. Components accept inputs known as props and return React components that describe what should be rendered. Components come in two types, class components and functional components. Props are arguments passed to React components. They are passed to the components via HTML attributes from a parent component. They should be immutable, meaning read-only and uneditable. Props get passed to the component similar to functional parameters, where a state is managed within a component, similar to variables declared within a function. It represents the internal state of a component. The state is editable, and when a value in the state changes, React re-renders the component. This is something React is known for and does really well. Okay, so the DOM, the virtual DOM. DOM is a structure of a web page. Manipulation of the DOM is necessary in web development, but can be very slow. React popularized the virtual DOM to address this inefficiency. The virtual DOM, also known as the VDOM, is a programming concept where an ideal or virtual representation of the DOM is stored in memory and synced with the real DOM by a library such as React DOM. This process is called reconciliation. React Fiber is the new reconciliation agent in React 16. Its main goal is to enable incremental rendering of the virtual DOM. So just to go over some pros and cons of React. React is easy to learn and use. React benefits from being an open source tool because any developer can create tutorials, training tools, and other documentations to help new and old developers alike learn. Developers who already possess a background in JavaScript can easily learn React in a few days. It has reusable components. Writing code for large projects is a time-consuming process. React isolates all components, meaning changes and updates to one instance of a component doesn't affect any other instance of the exact same component. React allows developers to effectively reuse design components, which saves them time and makes their code more accurate and readable. A performance enhancement. The real issue with traditional DOM constructs is that when they process changes, they rewrite the entire DOM tree. The virtual DOM is much more efficient, performs faster, and ultimately creates a better user interface. Instead of rewriting the entire DOM every time a change is made, the virtual DOM only updates the element being manipulated. This is the primary reason this JavaScript library can create high-performance user interfaces. Although in my experience, I haven't found many cons in React. But this is what I found searching the web. So the use of JSX. While I believe JSX syntax makes things easier for some developers, there is another group of developers that find it to be too complex and difficult to grasp. JSX doesn't negatively impact the performance of React or the user interface capabilities. This con is more of a preference rather than a con or anything else. The development pace. React is constantly evolving and changing. At the pace at which React is developed can be seen as an advantage or a disadvantage, depending on who you are. The developers who see the pace of development as disadvantage could argue that they have to constantly relearn how React works, and this could be difficult to keep up with. React's documentation. This con is tied to the problem people have with the pace of React's development. As a result of rapid development, educational documentation and resources can be sparse in covering the latest updates and changes to React. Before I wrap up my talk, I'll just do a short demo on how to set up a React app in 4 easy steps. So firstly, you will need to have Node.js installed on your machine, which you can download from their official website, as pictured here. Once that is installed, you can go about to create your React app. All you have to do is open a terminal and enter the following command, and your React app is created. This will install all the Node modules and everything you basically need to run and start development immediately. This process will take about 10 minutes, Node modules. And once that is done, you can just navigate into the folder you just created with the previous command and start up the application. And that's basically it. After that, you just open any browser, navigate to localhost 3000, and you will be greeted by the screen. And you have successfully set up and run a React app locally and can begin development. So React is a very effective development library that can be used to help developers create faster web apps with powerful user interfaces. There are pros and there are cons, but I think many of the cons associated are due to people not liking rapid changes. There's nothing wrong with constant development. You could make the argument that development is the strongest advantage of React. Technology improves at an exponential rate. Newer technology will develop even more rapidly than React. Development is an exciting step towards a future in tech. The biggest drawbacks of React are due to human preference. In terms of performance and output, there's no disadvantage to using React versus any other JavaScript library or framework. We'll just wait. Thank you for your time.